Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. All right. Hopped into the charts very late, but we're gonna do it. All right, monthly time frame. So monthly time frame, we just been expanding to the downside ever since March opened. We have about 10 more days until its monthly candle closes. Weekly time frame, we have previous week high and we have previous week low below. Weekly imbalance above. We're below the weekly open. So we're practically just trading below this weekly open here. Today is Friday, last day of the week.
Connection lost.
Go to the daily time frame.
Connection lost.
Okay, so daily time frame. What are we currently doing on the daily? So we have previous day high here and we have previous day low. So far this daily candle for Friday has opened, manipulated. We're having its expansion down, taking out previous day low. And looks like we took this low as well. This external low. So we took out this external low inside the daily OB. Usually from this daily OB, I would have expected at least Tuesday to distribute. But since we're just consolidating around this PD array, this daily OB does not have significant weight to it for us to see higher prices. I'm going to delete this daily OB. Okay, so Thursday was an inside day. Thursday didn't neither take the high or the low. Friday ended up taking out Wednesday's low. So yeah, Thursday was an inside day. So we'll let Doji candle. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. All right, so 4-hour time frame. Let's see. Let me clear my charts actually. All right. So yeah, we took out this low. So we had this move up pretty much. We respected our 8 hour gap here. So we were respecting our 8 hour gap. 4 hour time frame. We had this 4 hour CISD. So these three up close candles. So this was the fair value gap that offered fair value to this external low, which was previous day low. And then we kept pushing down, taking out this low as well. All right, so weekly open. We are currently below the weekly open. We are also below midnight opening price. So we had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, now Friday. So we displaced through previous day low with this body displacement candle. And previous week low is about 300 points away from previous week low. But we are creating this hourly gap. All right, let me look at my 15-minute time frame. If we want to continue going lower, then I'm just gonna see how we react from these higher time frame PD arrays, because we are about to create a hourly gap in about 15 minutes. So let me draw out my premium discount of this range. hourly gap is going to be created in 12 minutes. Mind you guys, I just hopped into the charts. I came pretty late today, so I didn't really do a pre-market game plan today like I normally do, but hopped in pretty late to the charts, so I'm still trying to formulate what's going on here. So right now, no setup for now, but if we are to continue going lower, I want to see how we react off these two 15-minute PD rays. So once we get to premium and we stab into this 15-minute SIBI, I want to see if this 15-minute SIBI will push price lower or if we want to close above it. Because we have to think about the direction, right? So where is the weekly candle likely to expand? So if the weekly candle is an open high, low close, it's going to be bearish, right? Because I want to be aligned with the expansion of the daily candle. So right now we're trading below the weekly open. As far as the daily time frame goes, I want to make sure I'm aligned with the daily expansion. So I don't want to fight it. So daily time frame, we've just been ranging around this area right here. So it's not very clean, right? It's not very, it doesn't show a clear sign of where it wants to go. But if we are to be bearish, then I want to see how we react off this hourly gap. So if 10 a.m. wants to open and print the wick inside this hourly gap and then continue going lower, that could be a potential scenario for shorts. If we don't get that lower time frame confirmation and want to grind higher, then I'll be probably outside from the market today. It is Friday, and this weekly candle is not an ideal candle to put on risk, just because we've been trading around the weekly open for about 5 days now. So the only scenario for me to look for a setup is to play shorts today. Other than that, I see no reason to long. But whatever the market offers, we'll take it. All right, so we're stabbing into this 15-minute SIBI at premium. All right, so 950 to 1010 macro. We have S&Ts at these highs here with ES. Paying attention to see if price wants to close below this last up close candle here. In 5 minutes, a new hourly fair value gap will be formed. So we're tracing back into this OB. If we did get this change in the state of delivery, I was willing to play shorts from this 15-minute gap. But I think the reason why we didn't get that change to delivery down here is simply because a new hourly gap will be formed. So obvious higher time frame FEGs or for hourly gaps have more significant weight in the lower time frame. So in 4 minutes, practically a new hourly candle will be formed. So the 10 a.m. So I'm going to see if the 10 a.m. wants to open for us to practically manipulate inside here and then come back down and distribute to the lows. And then this would be like our wick inside the POI. All right, 4 more minutes into a new hourly candle, 4-hour candle opens. I'm still looking to see how we react from this 15-minute for rally at premium. Honestly, I don't want to see a closure below this because I'd rather play the hourly gap right here than the 15. So I don't want to see a change in the state of delivery yet. So I want us to like retrace it to the hourly gap and then look for downside. All right, 2 more minutes into the new 4-hour candle opens. we do have SMTs at the lows with ES. So once we took out Tuesday's low on NQ, that exact low on Tuesday, we didn't take it on ES. So these are the SMTs at the lows. So if price wants to not respect this hourly SIBI on the 5-minute and trade above it or close above it by 11 o'clock, then I'm probably going to just sit on hands and come back next week. So the only setup I see is 10 o'clock opening, trading into the hourly SIBI and just look for downside to low day. This is the only thing I see right now. All right, 30 more seconds into the 10 a.m. candle opens. All right, so 10 o'clock has opened. We're going to see if 10 o'clock wants to pierce inside the hourly SIBI. So we're going to look for something like this. Price to trade up into here. And then we're going to look for 5-minute changes to delivery and target the lows. So I'm going to set 2 alerts. I'm going to set an alert at the SIBI. So I'm going to mark out this 15-minute fair value gap as well. What I had earlier. Make it purple. Because this is our 15-minute fair value gap here. So I don't want to see that 1-minute CISD away from it. Because we already had that change to delivery. All right, it's either we go into our hourly gap and we look for shorts, or we just tape read this and let price run without us. Because I'm not gonna take shorts off this 15. It's only gonna be the hourly gap for me. So I'm gonna be very picky here. Even if it means I miss the setup, I'm only gonna take shorts off the hourly gap. Because for me to take shorts off this 15 is basically me trying to say that this 15-minute fair value gap has more weight to it than the hourly. So I'd rather trade the hourly gap than this 15. So if this 15 runs without me, then I'm happy to miss this setup. All right, so we're retesting this 1 minute OB or this 1 minute CISD right here. Normally, if the hourly gap wasn't there and we were trading off the 15, then the entry would be here, stop at the swing high of the S&T, or stop above the breaker, and then your target will be the low, like this. But since we have that hourly gap above us, I'm gonna wait for us to trade into the hourly gap. Then look for the same exact price signature. All right, so we're retracing back into premium of the range. We're retesting this 1 minute inversion. Like I said, I'm gonna wait for price to rebalance our hourly SIBI and then look for shorts. So uh, normally you expect a continuation off this 15 just by this 1 minute CISD, but I'm not willing to play this. All right, so I marked out this 1 minute inversion. Like I said, I'm waiting for us to rebalance this hourly. So practically 10 a.m. has to open, manipulate inside this hourly, printing the wick, and then look for that continuation to the downside for this external low down here, which is low of day. So that's what I'm looking at right now. The only thing I don't like about shorts is how low we are from the midnight opening price. So that's the only thing I don't like for taking shorts is how we are way below at discount. All right, so 10. So macro is about to end in 3 minutes. We have retested this 1 minute inversion. No closure above the inversion. So like I said, this exact price signature with SMT, short-term liquidity rate, change in state delivery, and higher time frame POI. This is what I'm going to be looking for, but inside the hourly gap. So right now, if this hourly gap wasn't made and we were just trading off the 15, then this would practically be my A plus setup, looking for shorts to the downside off this 1 minute CISD right here. But since we have that hourly gap above us, obviously higher time frame is king. So we're gonna wait for the higher time frame gap to play off instead. Because yes, we could play shorts down here, but we're also trying to accept the fact that this 15 minute has more weight than the hourly, which is not true at all. So yes, if price does come down, I'll be glad to miss a setup, but me personally, I'd rather play off higher time frame gaps. So we're rejecting away from the 1 minute inversion. We're displacing through, adding 1 minute CISD again. I want to see if there's any SMTs at these lows with ES. So we have SMTs at this low right here. So this low at 946. 940 actually. The low at 940, ES took it, but NQ hasn't. So we have SMTs at these lows. I want to see if these SMT holds though. Because if these SMTs do hold, and we reverse this for value gap, and then look for that hourly city, that'll be good too. Because I don't want to take out these lows yet. All right, so we're trading into this 1 minute city with this 1 minute breaker. Yeah, so we have these major S&Ts at these lows here. So the candle at 936, ES took it, but NQ hasn't. Nice. I want to see us displace through out of this range to the upside and tag the hourly city. Because yes, I could play off the 15-minute, but I'd rather play off the higher time frame gaps. So let's see if we can inverse this for value gap and then continue pushing higher. So inversion, S&Ts at the lows. Look for us to retrace up into the hourly, taking out this high, and then looking for downside like this, back down. And then we'll play off the 5 minute CISD to the downside. All right, so inversion here, we have S&Ts at the lows. We have the hourly SIBI above right here, so that's what we're going to wait for. Then we're going to play off that hourly SIBI on the 5 minute. Let's see if it offers. All right, so S&T's at the lows. We had this 1 minute inversion. We have that hourly SIBI above. This would be a good setup for longs as well. Stop loss could be at the rejection block or the swing low of the S&T, and then target could be the hourly above. That'd be more like a 1 to 3 yard trade. Or you can do the breaker low as well. But we're gonna look for shorts, so I'm not looking for longs. All right, let's see if we can fill it. Let's see if we can rebalance this hourly gap. $15-minute time frame. $5-minute. All right, so we're retesting this inversion again. I don't want to see primarily a closure below this low here. So I don't want to see a 1 minute CISD. Otherwise, if we do come down and then close below this low, then we're obviously going to look for these lows. Or price is going to look for the lows to then target here. I want to see if we can keep these lows. So we can short from up here instead. All right, so we're below the 10 a.m. open. We're about to come above the 10 a.m. open here. Nice. I want to see displacement out of this range. Because this would be your typical AMD right here. So you have your accumulation like this. Then you have your manipulation down here. and then you have your distribution up here. So this is like your smaller time frame, power 3. And then we're going to look for shorts off this hourly city. Once 5-minute structure provides. Like I said, I don't want to see a closure below the inversion because then that will give me a lower probability of us trading higher into the hourly bounds. So I want us to stay above the inversion and above 10 a.m. open. So above the inversion and above time open. All right, so we're getting that reaction away from this 1-minute OB. So inversion, 1-minute OB, displacing through the 10 a.m. open. I'm expecting this high up here to get taken. As long as we stay above the 10 a.m. open. Nice. I like this reaction. Boom. All right, so we took out that high inside the hourly SIBI. So this was pretty clean tape read right here. All right, now we're gonna look for shorts on the 5-minute time frame. If we get a 5-minute change state delivery. As far as for longs, this breaker low and the target at this high. This would have been a good long setup right here with the inversion. We were long biased. All right, let's see here now. All right, so 10 a.m. has opened, traded into the hourly SIBI. Now we're going to scale up to the 5-minute. Okay, so now that we are in the 5-minute time frame and we have rebalanced our hourly gap, pretty much what we're going to look for is a 5-minute change in stability. So these three up close candles, we're going to see if we get a candle closure below this last one. So pretty much coming back down, retesting it, and then looking for shorts down here. Only if this hourly wants to offer fair value. Because if 10 a.m. wants to print a wick, then this hourly gap or this higher time frame POI is the most highest probability of this area being around where 10 a.m. wants to print the wick at. So trade into it. If we get that 5-minute CISD, I'll play shorts. Stop would be, okay, so entry, 5-minute CISD, and stop loss would be breaker high. And target these lows. All right, so we're at premium of the range. I want to see if there's any S&T at the highs here. So this high has not taken a high at 845. So 845. Yeah, we took the high. If we take the high at 840. No, we haven't. Okay, so these are the S&Ts at the highs here. So ES did not take the high at 840, but NQ did. So we're gonna wait and see if price wants to come back down, close below, retest, and then drive lower. Because if the daily candle wants to expand lower, this is the most probable scenario. So I'm not going to expect too much considering that we're also in this range. So let's see what the market offers. All right, so we're having some intermediate rebalance with our 4-hour from the 2 a.m. candle. So this is the 4-hour chart. We're retesting the low of our 2 a.m. candle, so intermediate rebalance. We're going to see how we react here. Do we have the S&Ts holding? Yes, we do. So this candle's high at 840. You can see that ES didn't take it, but on NQ, we did take that candle at 840. So there is S&Ts at these highs. We already had our short-term liquidity rate inside the POI. So all we're waiting for right now is just a CISD entry. So these three up close candles into the POI. So this is all we're doing is simply just waiting for us to close below. Because this will give us confirmation for us to then look for lower prices. But like I said, I'm not going to expect a lot today just because on the daily time frame, we are inside a accumulation phase. So where price is just ranging between the candles on the daily time frame. So this is just a waiting game right now. My stop loss, if we do get the short entry, would be the breaker high. And then target would be these lows. The only thing I don't like about trading higher time frame for rally gaps is how long it takes for the setup to form. Because usually the higher the time frame, the more you have to wait, but they're more higher probability, which is good. Because I'd rather play if there's an hourly civvy, like for example, let's say we were to trade this 15-minute gap, right? And let's say we were to neglect this hourly civvy and be like, oh, okay, so we already have this 15-minute gap. We already had that 1 minute confirmation from that 15 right here. So let me play shorts. And then boom, you get smacked by price taking your stop loss. And you ask yourself, I traded the model or I traded that 15-minute gap with confirmation, the price still stopped me out. It's simply because you have to zoom out. What's on the higher time frame when you zoom out? Oh, there's an hourly gap. So you know that the hourly gaps or the higher time frame gaps have more significant weight than the lower time frame gaps. So it's all about zooming out and looking at the higher picture. So now that we have this hourly gap here, all we're doing is just waiting for that 5-minute CISD entry. And once the entry presents itself to us, we'll take it and then we'll target these lows. And like I said, if we don't get that entry and we grind higher, then that's fine too, because on daily time frame doesn't even look like an ideal environment to be putting on risk. It is Friday, so definitely gonna be low risk on this entry. I'm gonna work out the intermediate rebalance from this 4 hour. Go back to the 5-minute. Currently inside the silver bullet. I guess we just go back into the range with the slow grind higher. If we do somehow, let's say we don't run this low and don't close below, instead we want to keep pushing higher, then all we're doing is basically looking for these highs and maybe trade into the midnight open. Because at the same time, like if you compare where price is at compared to the midnight open, we're about like 120 points away from midnight open. So we're in deep discount in terms of our daily candle. So if we don't get this, then we're probably just going to grind higher into midnight open. Alright guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to go to use the restroom real quick. Can you guys hear me? Oh, there we go. Alright. Alright, so we're not really still stuck in this range here, but we're not closing above the high that we put in, so that's good. So 4-hour intermediate rebalance right here. So you can see how the 10 a.m. has opened, pretty much reacting away from the low of the 2 a.m. candle. On the 15-minute time frame, we're also reacting from the 15-minute gap. 1-minute time frame. We haven't had a 1-minute CISD yet. Actually, we have this one right here, but we're gonna wait for the 5-minute one. All right, like I said, I'm waiting for that 5-minute candle closure below, and then we're gonna look to see if we can get an entry below here. So this high, the opening. If I draw out my deviations from the high of the 10 a.m. candle to the opening, we have -2 or -2.5 aligning with this with low of day. All right, so we have S&Ts at these lows. I don't want to see these S&Ts hold. I want to see it break through, which is why we're going to wait for a 5-minute CISD. Like I said, I want to see these SMTs at these lows break. So the 1015 low and the 1040 low of the 5-minute candles. You can see how ES didn't take the 1015 low, but NQ did. So those are the SMTs that I want to see us break if we want to continue pushing lower from the hourly gap. So if we do take out this high up here, then I'm probably just going to call it a day and then wait for next week to trade. Because the only setup I see right now are shorts from the hourly gap. If we do get that 5-minute CISD. Yeah, so we're at kind of acting bullish here. Not really getting this 5-minute CISD. This is a very good setup though, however, the formation of it. So like I said, if we do take out this high, it's going to be a no trade type of day for me today. All right, so there's 1-minute S&Ts at the highs with ES. Let's see if these hold. And this will be the last line of defense for bearish case scenarios here. So these are the last SMTs for us to hold for bearish thesis. So these SMTs hold and then we push lower and then close below. And we'll look back to framing shorts. So let's see if we can get it. See if these S&Ts hold. Because we already have S&Ts at these highs with the S. Then we have another set of S&Ts here. So this is the last line of defense. So these S&Ts are the last line of defense for shorts. So I'm looking for all of this LR to get wiped out. So if the 10 a.m. candle wants to print the wick at the hourly SIBI and continue going lower, then the last line of defense would be these highs right here. So if we get that 5-minute CISD, that will give us confirmation. So it's just a matter of waiting to see if the setup wants to pan out or not. Yeah, I don't like this 5 minute candle closure like this. Let's look at the 15. So 15 is not really doing anything. 30 minute. Yeah, we're disrespecting this 30 minute gap here. Hourly, we're still respecting the hourly. So there's still potential with this setup. We have about have a new hourly candle in about 4 minutes. All right, so we disrespected those S&Ts. We still have we still have another set of S&Ts here. So the high of this and this one right here. All right, boom. Set up and validated. All right, so today's gonna be a no trade type of Friday. Not the only setup I really seen today was hourly imbalance with 10 a.m. open. But since price obviously wants to continue grinding higher or maybe just range around this area or close above the hourly SIBI, then these highs up here are definitely great targets for long, especially when there's LR built up to the upside as well. So London highs, Asia highs, midnight open, close above the hourly SIBI. So these are great indications that price may not want to grind lower, but actually just slowly grind higher. But for me, I was bearish today coming into this morning. Didn't really get this 5 minute change to deliver like I wanted. So wanted something like this coming down, closing below, retesting it, and then driving lower. We didn't get that. So now that it's about to be 11 o'clock for London close, I'm not taking any trade. And I'm probably just going to take read for a little here. So no trade for me today. So pretty boring day, but we did get a nice tape read off the retracement up into the hourly SIBI this morning. So that was a very good tape read as well. So the tape read I'm talking about is this one right here. So you can see how price had the accumulation right here. And then we had a manipulation down here to the downside. And then we had that distribution pretty much up into the hourly imbalance above. So this was the only clean thing I saw really was the accumulation, manipulation, distribution. But after that, I was looking for shorts, never panned out. So now we're going to sit on our hands and tape read. So we have a new 1 hour candle in about 1 minute. So 10 a.m. open here. This is why waiting for confirmation is really key. Because let's say we didn't wait for this 5 minute changes to delivery, and instead we play the shorts off an inversion like this one right here. Obviously, you would have gotten stopped out on the short if you played the inversion instead of the CISD. So this is why me personally, I prefer CISD over inversions, just because CISD gives you a greater, more confirmation rather than just inversions. All right, so we do have a 4-hour OB right above us. So I'll mark that 4-hour OB out. Okay, so the new hourly candle closed above this hourly SIBI. So this is more like an hourly inversion now. I'll put this inside. All right. Yeah. So if we're to continue grinding higher, I'm gonna see if we can tap midnight open. Because we were deep in discount below the midnight open with 830. But it was a great tape read this morning though, however. So hourly time frame, we inversed our hourly SIBI. 4-hour, we do have this OB above us. So we're gonna see if price wants to retest this 4-hour OB. On our 15-minute time frame, we also inverse 15-minute inversion. So this is a 15-minute inversion right here. So we're just gonna tape read this because on our 15-minute time frame, we're also making this 15-minute gap. So we're gonna see where we go from here. I am gonna draw some deviations out though. So the high of Asia to this low. Five. Bias is wrong. We're going higher. Look at the hourly displays below any lows all week. Hard time for a range. Yeah, my bias could be wrong, but that's why you wait for confirmation. Daily time frame, we're not really doing anything. We're just in this range. Weekly, we haven't taken either previous week high or previous week low. So yes, I could be wrong, but all I'm doing is just reacting away from higher time frame gaps with confirmation. If I don't get confirmation, I don't take the trade. So if price were to continue going lower and I got confirmation, that would have been my A plus setup. But since I didn't get confirmation, then I didn't take any trades today. So pretty much I'm just tape reading right now, seeing if we want to trade higher into midnight open. Because if we are in the range, then obviously we're just going to be ranging back and forth. All right, we have 7 more minutes until a new 15-minute candle opens. I want to see if we leave this gap here and then trade lower into it and then see if we get a reaction out of it. Because we already inversed the hourly fair value gap. So it would be technically an inversion. We could have a 15-minute busy here. So we'll see. All right, so we're retesting the A30 open. We're gonna see if we can stall here around this 5-minute gap. And then print this 15. And see if we can retrace lower into it. 15-minute inversion, yeah. We have that 15-minute inversion right here. Same with the hourly inversion. I want to see if we can create this 15-minute BISI, trade into it, and then have a 1-minute CISD out of it, and take out these highs. And maybe go for midnight as well. So tap midnight open. All right, 2 more minutes into the new 15-minute candle opens. And we're going to take read new 15. Carlos Duo consistently monitor charts. Noticed Umar Ashraf reading books, meanwhile, but seems to be consistently monitored price. I mean, the only time I look at the charts is really in the morning and PM session. After that, I don't really look at charts, not until the next day. So I would say about like 2 hours, maybe a day, or 4 hours a day, looking at price. And then I just leave the charts after that. But I do set alerts at specific levels just to see how price reacts away from it. But I don't really monitor price too much or very strictly. All right, so this 15-minute candle, it's about to get closed. We're about to have an intermittent rebound here with it. So we're tapping into this 15-minute OB inside the hourly inversion. We did tap into this 15-minute OB up here though. So this was the 15-minute OB. Where's the 10 a.m. open? 10 a.m. opens right here. Okay, so inside 10 a.m. open, we got that short-term liquidity raid. Then we had that change in state delivery right here. CISD. I mean, I like shorts, but this could just be a deep retracement at the same time, especially with this 15-minute candle closure like this. Let me see if we get a. Let me see if I get a CISD here. We'll try it out.
Order submitted. Order filled.
All right, so once price reaches equilibrium, I'm going to trim my stop. Or maybe this swing low down here. So if price touches this swing low, I'm going to move my stop break even. Oh no, I'm not muted. I'm just not talking right now. I'm just tape reading this price action leg here. But essentially the 4 hour candle, so the 4 hour candle opened, we had a very deep retracement up into this 15-minute OB. So what I'm looking for on this retracement up is seeing if we had a continuation going lower. If we do want to reverse after, let's say this is a retracement down, right? And we do want to reverse, then I'm looking to see if price wants to take the swing low at discount. And then if it wants to reverse, it can reverse. If not, then we can look to see if we can see the lows from this 15-minute OB up here. Well, I took the short, basically positioned myself inside the wick of the 10 a.m. 4 hour candle. And now I'm going to tape read this, see if it pans out. If it doesn't, great. If it does, great. So, honestly, this is the only thing I've seen today. I didn't really notice about the 15-minute OB until last minute, until I started seeing this deep retracement, but we're going to tape read this and see. So we haven't tapped equilibrium of this range yet, but we are retapping to the circle zone. So this is what I don't want to see. So I'm going to move my stop break even here. And pretty much move my stop break even quick. Like 1 point away, like this. There we go. So it's either I get stop break even here or price hits this swing low at discount. All right, so I got stop break even on this trade. Short trade from the 15-minute OB. We had the short-term liquidity rate. We had a CISD. And then here was a fair value gap. We didn't really trade into the fair value gap, but reacted away from it. So that's where I got my short entry. Target was swing low at discount, and then final runner was the low of New York AM session. So this is the trade I took. Break even, no loss. So it's a win. All right. This is a nice tape read from the 15-minute OB above, but yeah. All right. That's Friday now. I'm going to catch you guys on Monday. Be safe, guys. Enjoy your day. Don't do dumb stuff. And make sure to go over your trades this week for this weekend. And yeah, guys. I'll catch you guys Monday on the live stream. So have a good day, guys.